What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Mariah and I do challenge chats every week recapping the most recent episode of the challenge Double Agents on MTV. I was trying to hold out a few days to film this because I ended up getting a chemical peel to try to help with some of my hyperpigmentation and acne scarring. So I was trying to wait till the worst of that peeling was over. It's almost done, but I figured I just better hurry up and film this to get it up before next week. So here we go. We pretty much started this episode off with house drama again. That seems to kind of be the recurring theme this season, where we finish one episode with the elimination and then we come back into the house, and that's where the new episode starts off, which personally I do like because, as you probably recall, there are some seasons where we kind of end on a cliffhanger, or the elimination would be like in the middle of the episode, and so the timing was just always kind of strange. So I am liking how they are doing the episodes this season. Sorry, I had to fix that window lighting just a little. Pretty much we start off by Nany calling out Theresa's shadiness to Aneesa. So she's kind of talking to Aneesa saying, no, that was shady. Like, I think Theresa was in on that. She knew she was doing that the whole time. And she's pretty much filling in Kam and Aneesa both about this. And Aneesa, you know, she's kind of feeling blindsided a little bit because she's thinking her and Theresa are in an alliance, and you know, they're long-term vets that are assumed to have each other's back in this game, at least to the point that Theresa would be upfront with her if she was going to do anything that might jeopardize her game. And then also we see that Lio is having a rough time, which of course they weren't really hinting at until now, but they do show Lio just kind of talking to Gabby, his partner. He's packing up his stuff and he's just saying, I gotta leave. And at first I'm thinking, like, this seems like it's out of nowhere. Like, what happened? And he starts to elaborate in kind of his interview where he just noticed the house was really triggering for him. If you recall, in that Declassified episode that aired in the beginning of this season, he did talk about how he kind of grew up in group homes and things like that, and just being isolated in this challenge house away from his wife and children. They had just moved to a new state. His wife is pregnant at the moment, and there's just so many things on his mind, and then being in that house was just not good for him. So he did decide to leave. I did like that when he did leave and TJ talked about it, he was 100% supportive, and you never know, because usually when someone leaves the challenge or they quit, TJ always says, you know, the thing I hate most is quitters, so you're not going to be invited back. But he was totally understandable, because when it comes to someone's mental health, he was totally on board with him leaving. Right away, I'm thinking, okay, well, that leaves Lio, or that leaves Gabby without a partner. Devin right now doesn't have a partner, so I'm already seeing, like, okay, they're probably going to be thrown together, but you never know. We'll see what happens. So we get to the mission. We do find out Gabby will be partnered with Devin, and you can kind of see it on the clip here. I can't tell if Devin's kind of disappointed about it. I guess he was probably hoping that he would have someone else given to him, or have like he would just happen to get stuck with someone else, depending who got sent home in the next guy's elimination. And instead he's like, oh, well, now I got stuck with Gabby. Now, I haven't really seen a ton of her. We haven't really seen how competitive and how good she is, but I think he was kind of hoping he was going to be able to be paired up with someone else, but that's just going off the look on his face. I think Devin kind of has that personality too, though, that he's just happy to be there still and stay in the game no matter how he stays there. So TJ says this mission is like a mini final, which is super fun. I think it's the perfect time to have a challenge that's just going to be really competitive and kind of see where the teams are at in terms of like endurance, strength, and just mental strength too. So this is called Smuggle Run. Basically, they are picking up a heavy capsule, and it's like really kind of awkward, especially for those partners that are like taller than one another, which you'll see that's kind of where Aneesa and Fessy struggle because he's so tall. So they have to carry this capsule together, run 5 miles with it, and complete checkpoints along the way. At the checkpoints, just like mini finals, if you time out, you time out. So you want to get through this as fast as you can. However, if you end up getting stuck, there is going to be a time limit where you just time out and then you're able to move on and just keep going. And then another fun thing is that they're rewarding the winners $3,000 each, which I love that because I used to love that in the past seasons where the daily challenge winners would get a prize too, because now that the prizes are so large at the end of the season, where they win the finals, they get $1 million or a share of $1 million, and then everyone else that competed throughout the season gets nothing. I love that they have the chance to earn at least a little money during the season. I mean, I know they get paid like an appearance fee or whatever to even be on the show because, you know, I mean, they're entertainment, so they're getting paid to be on the show too, but I think it just makes it more fun when they get the chance to win prizes throughout the season. This challenge is showing a lot between partners. So I took some notes because this is all just happening so fast. I didn't want to forget anything. So it's kind of going back and forth between a couple top teams throughout this whole race. Everyone seemed to be kind of at a decent start, but Jay and Theresa were kind of in the lead in the beginning. But in Nany's interview, she thought she was going to do pretty good this time because she thinks these types of challenges like running and endurance are good for her. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe Nany and Josh might be one of the top teams. Lolo seemed kind of confident in the beginning, but her and Nam were not doing good with their communication during this challenge. I mean, they just are total opposite people, it seems like. Nam is just very like quiet, focused in that type of way, whereas Lolo wants more communication throughout. So they need to figure that out soon. Otherwise, there's no way they're going to be able to win a final together if they make it that far. So at the first checkpoint, they have to climb over a wall and kind of put that capsule through it. After the first checkpoint, Anissa and Fessy are in last place. So that's not going over well with him. Then after that, Kam and Kyle are in first for a while. So it's seeming like it can be pretty much anyone's game. The second checkpoint they get to is solving a puzzle. Ashley's feeling super confident. So Ashley and Corey take off and they're in first place for a little bit. But then Jay and Theresa take the lead again, and they are going to be able to hold on to this lead for the rest of the challenge. Even though they're towards the end, Corey and Ashley were catching up. They were very, very close to finishing first, but they just could not catch up fully. So Jay and Theresa won this daily challenge. And remember, they were runner-ups last week in the daily challenge too. So to me, this is kind of showing everyone, like, we might not be the biggest players here, but we definitely have a competitive edge, so you should probably watch out for us. So the top three teams, just so you know, were Jay and Theresa, Ashley and Corey, and Kyle and Kam. So all pretty strong teams, I would say. Get back to the house. Ashley says she's a paranoid Pam, and she just wants to kind of see where Theresa's head is at. Theresa is just kind of telling her up front, I don't really know, I gotta think about it. She's just loving having the power and just kind of saying, wow, we could do so much with it. One thing I thought that was interesting is that Theresa had like a notebook. I don't know if everyone does this or if this is just something that she's done on all her past seasons. She had a notebook with everyone's names. Some of them seemed like they had like cross outs, like strike throughs through them. I don't know if that was her just saying like, no, we're not throwing these people in, or these are people I'm not working with, or what that was about. But it seemed like she was keeping almost like an alliance diary or something like that, maybe just trying to keep things straight. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So Theresa does tell CT that she is going to try to get the house vote to be Ashley, but tell CT not to tell anyone. But of course, when you start talking about who you're kind of gunning for, the word's gonna get out. Also back at the house, Lolo tries to communicate with Nam kind of why she blew up on him at the daily challenge, saying like, out of all the teams I've worked with, you know, she's like a former Olympian or whatever. She says, out of all the teams I've ever been on, this is the worst partner dynamic or team dynamic I've ever had. I think she's just being really harsh on him. I mean, this is reality TV. Like, I know you're a professional athlete, but it's really not that serious. And if it is to you, there's probably a nicer way you can communicate that to him, especially if there's a slight language barrier or cultural difference. I don't fully know Nam's history and his background, but I think there has to be a better way to go about this. So when it comes time for deliberation, they all sit down, kind of discussing, okay, does anyone want to go in? That seems like something they kind of ask right in the beginning. Obviously, no one usually volunteers to be the house. But Nany comes out and just says it because obviously there's still some tension between Nany and Theresa. So Nany just comes out and says, well, we all know basically that there's been talks of Ashley being the house vote. So is the house going to go that direction or not? And then Leroy's like, I'm not throwing Ashley in. And so then Ashley, I don't know if she knew about it or if that was the first time she heard that she was going to be the house vote. So then here comes Ashley with a bunch of reasons why not to go in. And she said, it could be a guy's day, first of all. You guys are thinking of this right away like it's going to be a girls' elimination only. So you have to remember, you're voting in a team, not just a girl. She also said Theresa might not want to go in. So you have to remember, if Theresa doesn't want to go in against me, then it's going to be one of you that are going to go in against me. And I'm a pretty good competitor, especially, you know, like eliminations and just I've won finals, things like that. And then speaking of that, she's kind of talking to the guys in the house saying, do you really want me to go home because I have the experience? I've won the challenge before. If we're going to end up running the final with a female partner, you might want me here. And I think these are all super good points, honestly. I was surprised that she just came out ready to defend herself. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe the house isn't going to throw her. Oh, you kind of see who they're voting for. And Leroy, I've noticed, just stays burning votes. Like, does he ever vote for any of the people that are kind of like in the talks? It just seems like he doesn't. I don't know if this is like part of his political and social game, but he never wants to vote for someone that seems like a real option. We do find out that Ashley and Corey were the compromised agents. Now Ashley and Corey are going down. Theresa's kind of talking to her partner Jay, and it's seeming right away like Theresa's kind of running the show here. So I don't know if Jay is just like trusting her, just letting her take the reins, but it seems like this is kind of like Theresa's week, and Jay is just kind of like going along with it. So Theresa is, let's throw in Nany and Josh. But then Jay's finally like, whoa, wait, like, hold on a second. Theresa says, okay, well, maybe Kam and Kyle. And then Jay's like, okay. So Theresa kind of talks to Kam a little bit, kind of saying, so Kam, like, how would you feel if you felt like you could beat Ashley in the elimination? Would you want to go in? And Kam is just kind of like, I guess. I mean, you know, I'm not really scared of Ashley. I'm not scared of getting a gold skull, but I would just ask you like straight up, if you think you're going to throw me in or if you have plans to throw me in, don't blindside me. Just give me a heads up. And Theresa agreed, said, okay, 100%. Remember that. Because when it comes time for the elimination and Corey and Ashley come down, it's time for Theresa and Jay to pick. First off, Ashley and Corey seem kind of, you know, upset. I think Ashley thought maybe her speech worked and she wasn't going to get thrown in. So in Theresa's interview, they cut to, she says she needs to get rid of at least Ashley, Nany, or Kam. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, so either Nany and Josh are going down or Kam and Kyle. She said she was going to tell Kam if she was going to throw her down. When they went out to the bar, Jade told Kyle that he was good. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, she's going to throw down Josh and Nany. However, they say Kam and Kyle. So you can imagine how that's going to go over well with Kam and Kyle, especially when they said they weren't going to go in, or Theresa said, well, if you are going to go in, I'm going to tell you straight up to your face first. Then TJ freaking plays a joke on everyone once they get down there and is like, okay, well, now that we have the two teams, tonight's going to be a very important elimination for the men to watch their female partners. So he like had that pause in there, so they thought that it was going to be a men's elimination and then all of that was going to be for nothing. So I started freaking out. In the meantime, it's Kam and Ashley. Obviously, if you've been watching my videos, you know Kam is in my top 3, probably my top number 1 actually that I want to win. So obviously I'm rooting for Kam over Ashley. However, I have to admit, Ashley has been very entertaining these last couple episodes. I wouldn't have minded keeping her around maybe just a little bit longer, but I didn't want her to win the whole season, especially since she just got back in the house after already being eliminated earlier this season. So if she has to go, then I would rather have her go and not stay and have a chance to win. But you have to admit, she makes good TV. So in their elimination, they have to get these rings onto their hooks, and the first person to get all 6 on there is going to win. However, it seems a little more challenging than you would think. They have to kind of time this momentum perfectly. If they drop a ring, then they have to wait till they get all their other ones on first before they can go back for that ring. So while it seems like it can kind of be anyone's game, Kam ends up winning, which means Ashley is for real going home this time. And despite me wanting Kam to win, just thinking about these eliminations in general, I hate to say it, but it does kind of suck seeing all these vets going home so early. Because now we're getting rid of these vets that, you know, I think the audience kind of admires and likes to watch and roots for. And so when you're thinking about who it's going to narrow down to in the end, more and more rookies are staying, which means there's a bigger and bigger chance that the challenge champion for the women is going to be a rookie. I mean, we still have Anissa, Casey, Kam, Nani, Big T. They're still all there. But I mean, you do still have these rookies like Lolo and Amber and Gabby. So you just never know. I guess from the rookie standpoint, and even from some of the vet standpoints like Kam, Nani, I'm sure they're happy. The more strong vets we can get out in the beginning, the better. It gives me a better chance if I go against a rookie. It just, you know, I feel like it's just always fun to kind of keep those solid vets around as long as possible. But that's just my opinion. So of course, this is definitely going to change things up going forward because Theresa might have gotten her way and got Ashley out of the house, but she definitely probably made an enemy out of herself, especially with Kam and Kyle. Definitely with Leroy. But more so, I think Jay is going to be targeted by the guys next time. I mean, I think Theresa was already coming across as kind of shady to some of the vets. Maybe not so much with Anissa, but probably Nani. I doubt her and Nani were going to work together this season. I doubt her and Kam are probably going to work together. I mean, you really never know, but I feel like this definitely makes Theresa more permanently aligned with the rookie girls and probably Big T. And then I think this is probably going to ruin some things for Jay. Definitely not going to want to work with Leroy. Leroy's not going to want to work with him. So I don't know. Kyle's not going to want to work with him. I definitely was rooting for Jay because last season, I mean, he was just in elimination after elimination and then got sent home finally. And I was hoping he would make it pretty far this season. But I mean, if you don't have the alliances, I don't really know. That's it for alliance updates. And when it comes time for Kam to pick a new partner, since she won the elimination, I wasn't 100% sure what she was going to do. I mean, it seems like in these little interview clips they're showing, all the guys would be happy to have Kam as a partner. But it's like, no one seemed like they really wanted Kam in the beginning, but now everyone wants her all of a sudden. So people keep sleeping on Kam. Obviously, she's not going to pick Leroy because she wants her and her alliance members spread out throughout different teams. And I also thought maybe she might even pick Corey. I definitely think I would have liked to see Kam and Corey as a partnership, but she ended up just sticking with Kyle, which I think is all right. Kyle has grown on me over the season, so if Kam has to win with Kyle, then so be it. As for memorable moments, I'm just saying pretty much Kam keeping Kyle as a partner, Kam taking out Ashley, Theresa keeping that journal notebook. Let me know your thoughts on that. I want to know if that's like a regular thing or if that's just like something she's done throughout her history on the challenge. And then also Fessy and Anissa coming in last place in the daily challenge. Kind of interesting. I mean, I feel bad for Anissa in a way because she always thinks people are like sleeping on her. But then when it comes to things like this, I think that's why people say that kind of thing, because she's not great in endurance type of challenges. And you know, everyone has their strength and not everyone has to be good at everything, but we know in the finals, that's what it is. It always comes down in the end to endurance, because if you can't even get to the checkpoints, you're not going to make it. You're not going to be able to finish the final. I don't know. I mean, I think if you really want to put your mind to it and win a final, no matter who you are, you have to do some type of training. I mean, if I was going on the challenge, I would probably hire a personal trainer. I mean, I am a certified personal trainer, but I would hire like a full-on like conditioning coach and be doing endurance training, strength training for months in preparation for it, just so I felt like I would be at my best physical capability, strength, and stuff like that. But I just feel like Anissa, that's like not her personality. I just don't think she's really into that 100%, but I could be wrong. Maybe she is doing that behind the scenes and we just don't know it. For top tweets for the week, I have one from Nam actually. He said, "Really love you guys, but this was the thing that got shared." He said, "This made my day." Someone said, talking about Theresa, "It was a smart play for her. So what if she's made enemies now? She has to go in soon to get a skull anyway. And the odds that it would be against a rookie are increasing. Eliminating a strong competitor is a bonus as well. Might be a tougher sledding for Jay." Agree. Another one from Leroy, he said, "Damn babe, you look fine AF in your interview." They're so cute. Someone said, "Now everyone wants Kam, but on day one it was crickets." That is the truth. Someone said, "I could not agree more with CT in saying welcome to the club for lying in the challenge. Name of the game, just how you play it. Next season needs to be rivals, please. I would totally love another rival season." Kam is not buying what Theresa is selling. Lio put out a statement just saying thank you, and then kind of just explaining everything that he was feeling and why he left. So that's it for this week's challenge chat. Let me know your thoughts on this week's episode below. Overall, I thought it was a great episode. I'm excited to see where things are going. I don't think we're quite at that halfway point yet, but I feel like there might be a purge coming soon. But that's just my guess, because I don't know. I don't know how many episodes are going to be this season, but I mean, I hope it lasts for quite a few more weeks still, but it just seems like there's a lot of people left still, not that many gold skulls to earn. So let me know your thoughts below, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss my next challenge chat, and I will see you in my next video.